Welcome, aspiring artists, to today's whimsical journey into the world of cartoon turkeys. Prepare to unleash your creativity as we explore the delightful art of capturing these feathered friends in a playful, charactered style. With the animated expressions on their faces, we're about to embark on a colorful adventure that will bring these gobbling characters to life. So grab your pencils, envision the turkey tales you want to tell, and let's dive into a world where every stroke adds a dash of humor and a dollop of charm to our cartoon turkey creations. All right, let's get started. So I like to do these on the portrait side of the paper, meaning up and down, so that it's not the landscape, which is the left to right. I'm going to start off with drawing the eyes. Now these are going to be two ovals that point in together. Now remember, this is a caricature, so it's going to be a silly turkey. I like to draw with a pencil because you can do it light and then you can erase if you make mistakes. Right there you can see I drew my circles a little off, so I'm going to take a little bit of my eraser and erase that as best I can. Now I'm going to go ahead and mark off where my pupils are going to be on my turkey. I'm going to have them pointing in, kind of give him a little bit of a scared look. It is November, turkeys might be a little bit scared. I'm going to go ahead and give him some eyebrows. Just two little lines. When we go back with color in just a moment, we can go ahead and cover any mistakes up that we've made and give him a little bit more personality with our color. I'm going to start coloring or drawing his beak. It's going to be a triangle that's kind of rounded, a rounded triangle, so the edges are all curved. Coming back now, I'm going to draw his two cheeks that are just going to be two C's, a backward C and a frontward C, connecting his beak to his cheeks. And again, drawing with pencil, if I don't like how it looks, I can always go back and redraw those and change that shape to match the expression that I'm wanting for my turkey. I'm going to draw his wattle coming down. Going to give him a little bit more mouth up on his beak to give him a little bit of expression. Try to give him that concerned look on this one. Now I'm going to connect his two cheeks with just a upside down U that curves up and around his eyes and his eyebrows down to the other cheek on the other side. Now we'll draw his crest or his crown that comes off the top of his head. I'm going to make this look kind of like a glove coming up out of the top of his head. I'm going to give him basically a 3-finger glove on this one. Give him a couple of worried lines right between his two eyes. Going to draw his neck down just a little bit. Just like so. Now, let's go ahead and let's give him some color. They look a lot better once we get the color in. All right, let's do a more sporty type of turkey. I'm going to go ahead and start with his beak. Again, I'm doing the triangle. Kind of think of it as a Dorito is what it looks like to me. A Dorito coming down. I'm going to leave a little spot open where it connects up there at the top. Now I'm going to go back and do what I started first last time, which is give him his eyes. Going to give him 2 more round eyes this time. Nope, and I drew that a little bit off. Drew one really big and one really small. It happens. That's what we have our magic forget-all, the eraser on our pencil so that we can get rid of our mistakes. And if you listen to Bob Ross, they're just happy little accidents. There we go. That's a little more even. All right. I'm going to draw his pupil. He's still going to be looking in a little. He's a cartoon. He's a character. Now, you don't have to shade yours in yet. When you go back, you can always shade later with your crayons or your colored pencils or your markers, whichever you choose to use. Now I'm going to look on my paper. I like to use a little bit more of my paper than I did that last time. I'm going to be doing his cheeks next. And those again are going to be those C's. A great big wide C that comes over. Just like so. I'm going to do another one on the other side, trying to make it kind of even. If they're not, it doesn't matter. All right, there we go. We've got his 2 cheeks in. Now I can look on there and see, kind of size everything else up. Now I'm going to take a look. I'm going to darken down here and draw his wattle coming off of his beak on the right side this time. You can do it on the left. It's up to you. Then I'm going to connect his head to his cheeks. I'm going to do another upside down U, or I guess you could say it was a side-facing C. I'm going to draw his eyebrows. He's less concerned. I'm only going to draw one because now what I'm going to do, I'm going to draw his hat. He's going to have a crooked sideways hat, you know, because he's cool like that. I'm going to draw it up, come around and connect it. And I'm going to draw the bill coming down because he's wearing it on the side. Again, drawing with pencil. If I make any mistakes, I can go back and erase those and forget about those mistakes. I'm going to darken in just a little bit where his hat touches his head. I can now go back and erase the top part of his head because now he's got a hat covering it. We're not going to see that. Again, if we don't get it all erased all the way, we're going to be doing a crayon after. I'm going to put the little button, I guess is what you'd call it, on the top of his hat there. Going to draw his wattle coming out here. His wattle's still going to come out, kind of like when you see somebody with their hair poking out of their hat. Again, you don't have to shade this part here. I did for some odd reason. Who knows why? But you don't have to. You're going to go back and color this anyways. All right, let's give him a little bit more personality. Let's give him a mouth here on his beak. He's a happy one. We're going to give him a little bit of a grin there. Grin goes across both sides. Now we're going to go ahead and draw his neck coming down. If you've seen a turkey, they have pretty long necks, much longer than chickens. Going to give him some shoulders this time. Remember, these are characters. So I'm going to give him some shoulders, and I'm going to turn this into a shirt. Do a little V-neck shirt. Going to have it have a collar, so I'm going to have 2 of those V's, a bigger one and a smaller one. And now I'm going to be ready to add some color to this guy and bring him to some personality. All right, let's do a sharp dressed turkey this time. One that is ready to go to work, ready to go out on the town. Let's go ahead and we're going to start again with the eyes. Now I'm going to give this one some almost potato eyes, I guess you could call them. Two potato shapes for the eyes. I'm going to go ahead and draw the pupils in, or I'm going to put the pupils that I'm going to color in later. Pupil on both sides. Going to make this one just a little bit bigger. Again, drawing with the pencil. The thing I love about a pencil is you can erase any mistakes that you make. And where we're going to color them later, we can always cover them up with our crayons as well, or our markers, whatever we choose to use. And we know what goes on top of our eyes are our eyebrows. We're going to get those on there. Remember, this is going to be our sharp dressed one. Wonder if you can tell what we're going to do to make him look very snazzy. Gonna then do his beak. Again, we're gonna do that Dorito shape or that triangle that's rounded. This one's gonna be a little bit different shape than the last one because no two turkeys are alike. Leaving that one spot open over there. I'm gonna draw his mouth coming out. Again, that's gonna be part of his beak as well in a moment. He's smiling because he's dressed to impress. I'm telling you, when you see how we dress him, you're gonna be like, yes, that is very impressive. Gonna draw his two cheeks out there. Looks a little like Squidward as we're going, doesn't he? Gonna draw his waddle coming down from his mouth. Gonna connect his two cheeks with our U again, our upside down U. Coming up, we're gonna draw his waddle. Let's just give him two this time, or I guess his crest. Come right back down to his other cheek. All right, let's make him snazzy. Let's show why he's there to impress everybody. Draw his neck down. Let's put a circle here. Oh, what are we doing? Yes, I told you we're making him dress to impress. We're going to give him what only the snazziest people wear, the coolest of the cool, a bow tie. Yes, you knew it, a bow tie. That's how you impress somebody. All right, let's go ahead and shade in his eyes just a little bit so we can see where the pupils are. And we are just about ready to throw in some color on this guy. Get some color added. Going to shade in his eyes first a little bit with pencil so I know where I need to color in darker. And now we are going to be ready to add some color and bring this fancy turkey, the one who's dressed to impress, to life. All right, we're going to do one more turkey, and then we're going to do one more item as well. We're going to go ahead and start with the eyes. We're going to make a grandma turkey. All right, we're going to draw the two eyes. This time I'm not going to connect the eyes all the way around. I'm going to leave them open. Draw our pupil. And I am drawing a little spot that I'm going to try not to color once I go to color to leave a little white spot inside those pupils. All right, going to draw across. And we're going to draw the beak coming down. She's got a smaller beak. And this one looks more like a home plate when you play baseball. If you know baseball or kickball, that home plate, we're going to draw that for the beak this time. Going to draw the cheeks coming out. Cheek on one side, cheek on the other. Oh, wow, I got those off just a little bit, so I'm going to redraw that other one. I'm going to add my eraser. Again, the magic mistake reverser, our eraser that's built into a lot of pencils. Going to draw her mouth coming out into those C's that we drew for her cheeks. I'm going to draw her wattle coming out of her top of her beak, coming right back up. I'm going to connect her cheeks by drawing the top of her head coming up and down. I'm going to give her a little wattle. Just a single one on her, or a crown. I'm going to draw another triangle, or part of a triangle coming down here. You'll see why in a minute. These are going to be the strings. We're going to give her a bonnet in just a moment. I'm going to draw those strings coming down. And this, it is fashionable, but it's not a bow tie. There's nothing more fashionable than a bow tie, but it is her bow for her bonnet that we're going to draw next. All right, our bonnet's going to come out from her cheek. I'm going to have it go wavy circles all the way around to attach over to her other cheek. I'm going to draw some lines to show where the material folds. And where we really can see it's a bonnet is when we add the color, and that's next. And for our last one, I'm going to draw 2 circles. Not too big of circles this time, much smaller circles. I'm not going to tell you what we're drawing. We're going to see when you can guess what we're drawing. I'm going to put 2 little dots there that we're going to try not to color in. These are obviously the eyes. We're going to draw some eyebrows. What does it look like we're drawing? We've got 2 eyeballs. All right, I'm going to draw another circle right in between those. So I've got 3 circles, I've got eyebrows, and then I've got the dots within those eyes there. I'm going to draw a couple of dots here, about 3 of them on each side. What could we be drawing this time? I promise you this one's not a turkey. We're going to go ahead and we're going to now draw a line that goes across. Looks like it could be, is it a frown? No, it's a smile. We got a smile there. What could it be? Oh, and either we've got a tooth that we can draw here. Oh, maybe where it's Thanksgiving, it's a tongue. Whatever this is, it's hungry. All right, now I'm going to draw, let's see here. I'm going to come down and around and partially up. I can probably figure out what it is by now. We've got, is it a cat? I don't know. Maybe we'll see. I'm going to go up just a little bit more, about to where his nose is. Oh, I gave something away. Told you there was a nose. The nose always knows. Gonna draw 2 C's, a frontwards and a backwards one. Again, the magic of the erase-all. The eraser takes all your mistakes away. Hopefully, not too big of a mistake. Alright, as you can tell, we're drawing a little boy who's hungry for some turkey. He saw those turkeys, he thought they looked tasty, so he's got his tongue out. Alright, let's give him some hair here. Now when we draw hair, we don't draw individual strands. Otherwise, it makes it look like there's just this really thin spaghetti hair. We don't want spaghetti hair, so we're going to draw the outline of where the hair goes. And give him some curls over the front. And I think on this one, I think we'll give him a pioneer hat. All right, so now looking over here, got to decide where his hair is going to go. Also, yes, have his hair come down. He's got a little bit longer hair. It's getting winter. You want to have your hair a little bit longer. At least I do. All right, going to draw it to there because I'm going to give him a hat. Going to give him a pioneer hat or a pilgrim hat. Going to come straight across. Curve it around. Have it come across for the brim of the hat. Gonna draw up, not a rectangle. It's gonna come off of the hat. It's gonna come up almost a square. I'm gonna draw a little belt buckle up there on the top of this hat. Give it a C where it latches. Looks like a C. Go all the way across, and we're ready to add some color. Hope you enjoyed this. Have a great rest of your day.